This is lesson 1.2. It's called Customizing Your Workspace. To recap from last lesson, our workspace is this screen right here. And let's go over the parts of a workspace. We're going to identify them real quick. So this middle part right here, what's this called? Good job. This is your canvas. Up top, over here you have the file, edit, window. What are those called? That's your menu bar. Good job. You got it. Very smart. Over here on the right side, you have these three things over here. We call them our three panels. You're doing great. Keep it up. Over here on the left, we have a lot of tools, and we call this our tool bar. Yep, you're 4 for 4. And then last is our thing right here. Every tool has different things we can use to work with. We're going to call this our option bar. Good job. You got all 5 right. Nice work. Moving on. We're going to be able to customize your workspace. So I want you guys to have free access to move things where you want, make it more efficient for you. This is probably the default for what most professionals use, and I want you to get into the same rhythm that they have, so that whenever you become a professional, you can like pick it right up. You'll be like, hey, I'm good to go. I'm ready. Let's do it. I want you to be able to work very efficiently, very quickly, so that you can get the job done in the best way possible. So I want you to be able to customize your own workspace. We're going to go through our notes. I want you to go through them with me, do the work that I do, and then check the boxes off as we go. First box, it says, can you resize your toolbar? Your toolbar over here on your left, if you notice the very top right here, there's some, what are those little triangles over here? So if you click on this, the very top corner, it makes your toolbar go to a 2-column toolbar. So there's 2 options. You can have a 2-column or a single column. My screen is bigger, so I like having more space for my canvas, so I'm sticking with a 1-column toolbar. But if you have a smaller screen, maybe just like you just want your toolbar smaller up in the top, then yes, feel free to make your toolbar 2-column tools. Again, the option is yours. The next box says, can you close and open your toolbar? So this happens quite often, more than often than we want it to. Sometimes the toolbar goes away and we need to figure out how to get it back. So I want to show you right now how to open your toolbar. So I want you to click on the triangle, and we're actually going to click on this dark gray piece up here. We're going to click and drag into the middle of our canvas, and then let go. Now you see that you've dragged it over. There's a little X on the top. So if you click on the X, the toolbar goes away. Now we have no toolbar. If this happens ever for some reason, you can always get it back. I want you to go to your menu bar, click on the word window, and then you're going to go down the very bottom right here where it says tools. This is where you'll open your toolbar. If you ever lose it, this is how you get it back. So I'm going to click on it. Our tools are back. Now you're going to click on this top darker gray box. Click and drag to the very left. You're going to see this blue line right there. Do you see it? Whenever you have a blue line, then you can let go. Now our toolbar is docked. It's kind of like stuck back on the left side where it originally was. And from here, I can go and click on that box again and make it back to my original toolbar. So now you understand how to close and open your toolbar. So you can check that box off. Next box, close and open your panels. So we know our panels are over here on the right. We have 3 panels we're using. We have Navigator, History, and Layers. And again, I'm going to go over all these later on, but at least you know what they're called. I want you to be able to close and open any panels that you want. So to do this, go to the top right of each panel. You should have 3 lines, one on top of each other. I want you to click on it. Just left click is fine. You have an option where it says close or close tab group. This one, I'm going to hit close because there's only one panel open. I'm going to hit close and it goes away. History, same thing. Hit it, hit close. You see how there's 3 panels right here? Like there's a layers panel, channels, and paths. So this is a group. So now I'm going to go to my 3 lines. I'm going to hit close tab group, and I'm going to close all of them out. So as you can see, I have actually one more opened up. All your panels are gone. They're all gone. To open them back, same thing. Once you go to window, you're going to click on window, and you have access to these options of different panels that you want. The 3 that we use a lot is we use Navigator. I'm going to click on that, left click, and then it should come up. And then you have, same thing as the toolbar, you have your X, you have the 3 lines, you have the little triangle. I'm going to click and drag the top darker gray bar. Click and drag it to the very far right until you see a blue line. Click and drag, you see the blue line. If you drag too far to the right, the blue line goes away. So just drag until you see the blue line, and then you can let go. And now that the panel is docked, docked means that it's not floating in midair in space. It's like stuck on the right side, so it's like it's a good spot. If it's floating in midair, then it could be moved, it could be a distraction, so we want to dock it to where it's permanently there. Next panel is called History. Go to Window, click on History. I'm going to, yours should pop up in the middle, so I'm going to click it. This time, instead of going to the right, I want you to click and drag down at the bottom of Navigator panel. Look for the blue line, same thing. There's a blue line, click and let go. And you're able to customize these two panels. So right now the Navigator is like huge. My History panel is very, very small. I'm going to make them more equal. So I'm moving your mouse down in between them, and then click and drag up. This lets you customize the size of how big you want each panel to be. The last panel we're going to use is called Layers. I'm going to go back to Window. I'm going to go to Layers. And I'm going to... So mine's different. I have mine kind of like set up. I need to get rid of these things real quick. Okay. I'm going to get my layers. Same thing. Drag to the bottom this time. I get my layer. Drag to the bottom. Look for that blue line. Let go. And now you can customize the size again. Go in between. Drag it up. So you have an equal amount of Navigator, History, and Layers. Okay. I want you to check that box off your notes. Deep breath. I think you did a great job. So this is how your workspace should look each time. If you ever have your toolbar lost, your panels lost, now you know how to get them back and how to customize and then dock them. Now, here's for some fun part. I want you to basically just go and play. Like, go have fun, see what you can do with your workspace. If you mess up, no big problem. Like, we can get it fixed. I want you to get used to using this workspace and used to using Photoshop. So don't feel any pressure. Don't feel nervous about messing up. We can get it back pretty easy. I'm going to go to Window. I'm going to pick some random panels and show you like what they can do. I'm going to go to Window, Brushes. All right. Same thing. I'm going to click and drag. Now, anywhere you want, you can dock. Yeah. Anywhere you want, you can dock your panels. So except for the very top line up here. If you want your panels on the left side, go for it. I'm going to click, drag, look for the blue line. Panels are on my left side. It's docked now. I'm going to go to Window. I'm going to get a histogram. I'm going to dock it on maybe the right. You see how this, like, I can dock it at the very far right or dock it on the left of these panels. You can dock panels probably wherever you want. You're able to customize it to fit your needs. I'm going to get a Styles panel. I'm going to click and drag to the very bottom. Look for the blue line. Let go. Now I have styles right here. Easy access to whatever I want. I'm going to get me a timeline panel. Click and drag, put it on the right side. Cool. So here's the thing. You see how your workspace is getting smaller and smaller, your canvas is kind of shrinking down. This is the reason I don't want too much going on in my workspace. I only chose those three because those are the three that I use all the time. If you ever want to use a panel for one project, sure, use it. But other than that, I like my workspace looking clean and like less stressed out, less condensed. So these are the reasons that I only chose those three panels. But now you know how to like bring panels up. You know how to move them around, how to dock things in different places. That's a good part. Rearrange panels. If you want to move it somewhere else, just click the top bar. You can rearrange it, put it wherever you want. This is a very, very customizable, friendly program. Photoshop did a great job with this, so you can always move things around as you want. I'm going to show you this next part. Go click on Window. Go to where it says Workspace, the second one. Now, the Essentials is what we always have been seeing. That's the default workspace. But if you're into photography and you want to use that workspace, you can click on it. And then Photoshop does it for you. So look at they have a toolbar over here for you. Look at the panels that they chose. They chose layers, libraries, and histogram. That's for what photographers use a lot of. Let's check out a painting workspace. So painters use a lot of swatches, so they made that one of the panels that's like a shortcut for them. They use a lot of brushes and they use a lot of layers. Good. Now I'm going to go back to Windows Essentials. So I kind of messed up my Essentials workspace. No problem. I can go to Window, Workspace, and go right here where it says Reset Essentials. I'm going to click on it. And then this is the default of what Photoshop likes. I don't ever use color, so I'm going to get rid of color. I'm going to go over here, close tab group. I don't use properties all that much. I'm going to close tab group. I don't use channels. You will some, but not a whole lot. Paths, I use very rarely. Learn, nope, don't want it. I'm going to get rid of learn. I'm going to get rid of libraries. All right, so now I want you to take this time to set up your workspace the way you want it. My recommendations and what I want you to do for this class is to have Navigator on top. So I'm going to go find Navigator, Window Navigator. I'm going to dock it. Perfect. I'm going to get rid of histogram. I want you to have history in the middle. I'm going to go grab my history. Come on. Drag it to the bottom. And then fix the sizing. And then layers on the bottom. Cool. So this is the workspace that I will use. I use those 3 panels all the time, and you will too, trust me. So I want you to get used to having your workspace set up like this. Toolbar on the left side, Navigator, History, Panels. I'm sorry, Navigator, History, and Layers are what you're going to use for your panels. Okay, last, I have a challenge for you. I want you to swap seats with a neighbor. Mess up everything on the workspace. You can add in panels, you can move them around, close panels, whatever you want. Go crazy, have fun with it. Just go nuts. Then switch back and fix your workspace to how it should be. It should look like this with Navigator, History, and Layers, toolbar on the left side, and a clean open space for your canvas. And then fix it up. Neighbor, check their work. If they did it right, high five, good job. That's it. If you have any questions, let me know. This was customizing your workspace. Thank you.